Okay, so remember Andy on the TWC talked about who do you want to invest your time in? Who do you focus on? Who do you want to put more resources into, like my own personal money resources into? When I see Josh make those decisions and do what he does, it's like, hark, maybe I'm going to float him some leads, some A leads. Maybe he's worth $500 of A leads. Okay, maybe he is. I have a better feeling that he is because of what he did than someone who says, well, I just tried to call these leads and no one would pick up the phone. I go, well, how many times did you dial? 25 times? Okay, remember that part I said you could do $25 in an hour, and, if you run into objections, did you call me back? So did you run into objections? Well, yeah, I had 3 objections. Okay, and you didn't call me back. Well, I didn't feel like, It's like, okay, so you tell me, should I invest my lead resources, my money into that guy or into a guy like Josh? Everything you do counts. Like when you tell me, hey, I'm going to be there with you with Andy. Like Caitlin's coming up 4 hours from Knoxville with Melissa Kelper to see Andy in Cincinnati. And I'm going, rock on, Karen Musil. She's someone I think we can invest in. So let's look at ways we can invest in her. But if someone's sitting on the rusty dusty and doesn't even think about coming out and they're 5 minutes from the hotel that Andy's at, it's like, I don't think I'm going to bless that guy with my time, money, and emotion. I mean, if he calls me and needs help, I'm going to help him. Trust me, I'm going to help everybody. But I'm not going to go the extra mile for somebody if they don't earn it. Why would I? How stupid would that be? Right? I'm a business person too. So like when people lament their situation, Alex, I can't do this, I can't afford that. I'm like, help me. And it's like, okay, well, tell me what you've done so far. Well, those bonus leads that Ginny gave me, I'm going to call them. Okay, you've had those for 2 weeks. Well, I know, but I was just I was reviewing videos and I was like, thinking about getting started. God. It's like, man, I don't think I'm giving you any more bonus leads. Seriously, this is a business. You got to support the people that are selling out. Oh, man, I can't pound on that enough. But, Josh, that rocks, dude. I appreciate you, man. And so thank you. What other ways do I make decisions like that? This wasn't actually what I was thinking about talking about today, but I think this is important. What are characteristics of people that I would be willing to invest money and time into versus people that don't? I gave you some examples right there. Absolutely. If there's a hotspot meeting in your town that you can get to that's like, maybe it's 45 minutes away, and I said, guys, here's the thing. I don't individually tell you, okay, if you do this, I'm going to float some leads your way. I won't tell you that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to tell you stuff. I just find out, hey, man, was that TWC awesome or what? Or when you text me, like, man, that TWC was awesome. I start gathering evidence. I'm an evidence gatherer. So if I find out you're on the TWC, I find out you saw Andy, that you went down to see Andy at, New Jersey, for example, and especially if you went out of your way, I'm going, okay, I chalk up the win column for you, for me. It's like, boom. Okay. If I hear that you door knocked, boom, door knocked leads. If I see on your activity report that you dialed 250 times, boom. Okay. If I find out you went the extra mile for a client, boom. Okay. When I find out you don't attend all the conference calls, like you're not on this one, which is funny because, now you could watch this on the playback, which I think rocks. So that to me counts like, Alex, man, I couldn't be on a conference call, but you know what? I watched it that night when I got back from work, and man, I got this out of it. Boom, you're in this column, right? But if I don't hear from you, if I don't know what you're doing, then I just put you in this column like you're not doing anything. Well, but Alex, But what? How do I know? Do I need to like read your mind? Like, let me know if you're doing stuff. If you're doing stuff, then I'm putting you in this column and I'm thinking, okay, how can I get this person more leads? I've got lead money that I want to invest in people. How do I want to do that with them? I'm like thinking, but I'm not thinking about you if you're just like doing nothing. Like if you're not even dialing, you're not calling me, you're not getting coaching, you're not going to your hotspot meetings. Because usually when I'm in a conversation with people, it's like, hey man, so you check out so-and-so at that hotspot meeting? Did you go to the hotspot meeting? We say, well, no, I had this come up, I had that. My dog was sick and threw up, so I really had to take care of my dog. And it's like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, look, I don't judge you being a good or bad person, but I do judge where I put my money. And that excuse tells me that I'm not going to put my money in you. But Alex, that's cold and harsh. Okay, I compare you to other people. Remember in the Bible, when Christ comes back, he's going to separate the sheep from the goats. So I'm separating the sheep from the goats. And if you're a goat, okay, then I'm probably not thinking about investing in you. But if you're a sheep, then I'm thinking, how can I help this person? What can I send them? What can I do for them? Does that make sense? I'm a business person. I don't judge you as being good or bad. I don't judge your character. What I do judge is your actions. And then your actions dictate to me, what do I need to do about this person? How do I think about them? Do I think about them? When I think about people more, they seem to grow. When I don't think about them, they don't seem to grow. That's a weird thing, Alex. How does that happen? It's like some kind of magic. It's like, well, because when I think about them, I'm thinking about how much money I can put into them. What can I do for them? How can I, I'm thinking about them. So you call it what you want. I mean, I just call it like, take the gloves off. Let's tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay, now I'm not going to be mean to you. I'm not going to say, dude, seriously? Okay, just so you know how I am, I want you to know how I am. I'm going to tell you that the bridge is out. So you're not my children. Like if a bus is coming and you're my child, and you're going to walk across the street, I'm going to grab you and I'm going to be violently grabbing you out of the way and say, Athen, Maddie, Nicholas, what are you thinking? I'm going to just, dude, you got to, okay, I'm going to be like that with my children. Okay, you're not my children, so I'm not going to be like that with you. I'm going to tell you, don't step off the street because you look both ways before you walk off the curb, because if you don't, you might get hit by a bus. I'm going to inform you. I'm going to tell you. But then if you're walking off the curb and the bus is coming, I'm going to go, oh, gosh, man, I told them. You're not my children. It's like I don't feel compelled that I can treat you like my children. I'm not going to treat you like my children if you want me to. Like I had people tell me, Alex, kick me in my butt. I need someone to kick me on the butt to get motivated. It's like, seriously, dude, I'm not a butt kicker. I'm not going to kick your butt. If you're looking for someone to kick your butt, then you came to the wrong place, man. I'm not your manager. I'm not going to be your manager. I'm not going to, here, look at, I've gone down the road and made a bunch of mistakes. So I'm your source of someone who's made all the mistakes that you're making, will make, okay? So I'm the person that will comfort you when you've made a mistake and you're figuring out how to get out of it. I'll comfort you because I've been there, done that, and I can tell you how to react to stuff to get you moving forward. I'm a coach like that, okay? I've made a bunch. I'm not perfect either, so I can really speak from the standpoint that I ain't perfect, so I can help you. So like I'm not this guy at the top of a pyramid more than anything. I'm right there with you, Bo. I'm still working my stuff out too with fear and troubling. All right, so you can, hopefully relate to me that way. But I am not going to yell at you to get to stop doing what you're doing because you're going to fail. I'm not going to do that. I mean, you don't need a boss. I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'll tell you what successful people do, And if you don't do what successful people do, then you're going to fail. Okay, so let's kind of make that premise right now. The stuff I recommend are stuff that you do to succeed. And they're typically all the stuff that successful people do. If I don't tell you to do something, then that means that if you do that thing that I tell you you shouldn't do, or it's not part of the things I tell you you should do, then chances are you're going to run into problems. And chances are you're going to fail. And chances are you're going to quit. Okay? I hate that you're going to quit. I hate that you're going to quit. It's funny that people call me and they seek counseling. I tell them what they need to do. They don't do it. And then they tell me they're going to quit. I go, I'm sorry it didn't work out. And they're wanting me to tell them, here's when they do that to me, I say, man, sorry it didn't work out. This isn't for everybody. And what they want me to say is, hey, listen, man, I don't know why we couldn't help you. Maybe there's something why don't you stay, and then maybe I can, okay, what they want me to do is they want me to say, hey, can you just float me some leads and I'll make you some money. That's sometimes what people do. Remember that part about who do I invest my money with? So they're going to tell me stuff like that, seeking maybe I can float them some leads. Maybe I could do stuff for them. But remember, they didn't do the stuff that these people, the sheep, did. Okay, you mean that derogatory. Okay, it's just the analogy in the Bible, all right? It's like, bro, you're a goat. Everything you've done says you're a goat. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to say, sorry, man. I'm sorry that didn't work out. Good luck. Our business is not for everybody. Maybe you can use your license in another agency and maybe they can really help you. Okay? Maybe. I sincerely hope that their way of doing insurance, they'll find a company that will allow them to be lazy, allow them to work, whenever they feel like it, not when they have to, allow them to do all those things and still be successful. I hope he finds that. I hope she finds that. But I'm not going to, like I said, treat you like my children and pull you out of the way. I'm sorry, you do the wrong thing, the bus hits you. It's because seriously, you might have walked off that curb and the bus hit you, but I've got 20 people over here that need my help because they didn't walk off the curb. What they did was the stuff that I recommended, and they consistently started improving, right? So, no one's chatting at me. I didn't mean for this to be a hard call. I still got 22 people on, so I haven't blown people away. Now, let me make a distinction. If you choose, because of life and circumstances, to be put in the incubator mode, man, I want you to be part of us. I want you to plug in. I love Annette Ramey. Annette Ramey had all kinds of crazy stuff in her life, mother's sick and just crazy stuff. But what I love about her is she turned into an app. She plugs into conferences. She's coming to Instant Thunder. It's okay, what I judge is by what people do. She's on conference calls. She's on this conference call right now. She came to national conference. Now, she's not doing a lot, but you know what? Oh my gosh, I'd rather have 100 Annette Rameys that are getting life together, they're still plugging in, they're still feeling like part of the team, and I want her to feel part of the team because I know that in the future when things change, when she gets her ducks in a row and things lined up, boom, she's going to be massive with us, right? I'm not trying to get rid of people. I want people to be part of our family, and when they do stuff like that, it's and then she turns in an app, I'm going, praise the Lord, she helped a family. Now, do you think she would have written that app if she had not kind of kept up with us and what we're doing and trying to plug in as much as she can? That would have been one less family help because she wasn't part of what we do. So understand what I said before. But the thing, what I love about Annette is she understands it and she knows that we're here to help her when she's ready. But we're not going to push her or make her feel bad because of where she's at. We love Annette Ramey. She's awesome. I still use a comforter that I told her about that. I use that every day. I put her comforter on, I go, this is that comforter Annette Ramey made for me. I put that on last night even, Annette. I use that thing every day, so I love it. But you see what I'm saying? So I'll do anything to help her. When she says, Alex, hey, I'm ready to get going, it's like, what can I do? I'm going to get you some leads. Don't worry about paying for them. I'm going to do that for her because she has been faithful and plugged in and just really continued to be a part of our team, even though she's not actively producing. Okay? Now that's different than someone who makes bad choices all the time and then not looking to help me or not looking for help to help them make better choices. Okay? Again, I want to help, but I'm not going to tell you that the bus is coming and you're going to get killed if you step off the curb. Okay, I'm going to tell you what other people have done to be successful. They don't step off the curb without looking both ways. Okay, they don't show rates until you do the upfront contract. Okay, so people that do the upfront contract have a higher likelihood of closing a sale than people that don't. Okay, so I just told you don't step off the curve because you can get hit by the bus. Then people go out there, they don't study stuff, they don't ask me for coaching help. Like Josh, actually when Josh called me, we were on the phone like a half hour, at least half an hour. And I was drilling into him. I think I was nice. I don't know that I was that nice, actually. But, Josh, he wanted to know. And he's doing the work. And he's doing all these great things. And he's on the conference calls all the time. Like, I'm giving him everything. I was intense. I remember the calls. I was intense. And it seemed like it went on for a half hour or longer. I don't know. But I'm willing to invest my emotion into someone because now, if someone doesn't do anything and they haven't done the last 5 things I recommended, they'll get on the phone. It's like, okay, here's what you need to do. Like, why don't you just try this and then call me back? Then I never hear from them. It's like I'm wasting my breath. I want to help you. Okay, but anyway. So,